Welcome back to the Vitamin B Show. Thank you so much for being here. And I know this episode is going to be very well rewarding for you guys because I have a online superstar, Greg O'Gallagher, with us, the founder of Kinobody. Now, he is world-renowned, famous for transforming people like yourself into having the best body of your life, the body you have always dreamed of and desired. And he has one of the top fitness programs in the world, and that's actually how he does it. If you go into any gym, somebody is doing his program, and he also inspires thousands of people daily on his social media with over 500,000 followers and growing. So I want you guys to go check him out on Instagram right now and see what we are talking about. His Instagram is GregOGallagher, and we're going to put a link to that in the show notes. So if you guys are interested in growing your business and creating a life that you've always dreamed of, you are definitely going to want to stick around for this interview because he is an entrepreneur of many different trades. He also has a supplement line. He has blue light blocking glasses, and how you can learn more about him is from his website, Kinobody.com, Kinobody.com. So with no further ado, Greg, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, thank you for the nice introduction. I've always, here's the long story is I've always really been passionate about fitness since I was a kid. I just love the idea that we could transform our body. And the natural progression was when I was a teenager, I was like, you know what, I'm probably going to go in that direction of doing personal training. And when I was 18, I started personal training a bunch of clients. And then I wanted to take the next step and achieve a bigger scale. And that's when I started my website, started putting up YouTube videos, and I started to really hone in on my approach. What makes this different? And the response was really big, and I just stuck with it, and it grew.
What is your approach? What makes you different?
Well, for one, the goal is we're building the Hollywood body. We are building a certain shape. We don't need to get to 220 pounds. And it's not just about losing weight. It's about revealing amazing muscle tone and putting on muscle in the right places. And we do that with an approach of utilizing intermittent fasting to get really lean and gaining a lot of strength on the key lifts, your incline press, overhead press, weighted pull-ups. So there's a very streamlined approach. You follow it, you see results.
Mm-hmm. I love that. So when did you start breaking into the online space?
2011.
2011. What do you think has been the greatest catalyst or reason for your success in the online space?
Putting it to one thing could be tricky. Well, I would say like first and foremost, what helped was I was different. I was different and unapologetic, and I grabbed my guns, I held them up high, and I said, no, I don't care about this bodybuilding thing. I don't care, if I weigh 200 pounds or not. I don't care about being in the gym all day long and living my life eating every 2-3 hours. I am creating the fitness approach that's freaking cool, that's fun to follow, that I feel cool doing, enriches my life, where I can work out 3 days per week, get super strong, maintain a lean, chiseled body. If I put on a suit, or I put on, I don't look like this, like this bulky dude. And it's just, this is the approach where if you want to have that lifestyle, you want to create that look like where you see James Bond in a movie, you see Brad Pitt and Troy, you just have that incredible physique, but just effortless. This is what you follow. So if you want to get to marketing terms, my offer worked. If I meet someone, they're like, oh, what's your fitness approach? You work out 3 days per week. You get a fast and eat epic meals every night, and you look like a movie star. Everyone, so where do I sign up? You don't like the offer cuts right through the bullshit. And frankly, there wasn't really anyone else doing that. And a lot of personal trainers they just tended to be passionate about fitness and this and that. So they didn't really know how to inspire the average person. But yeah, we're going to work out. We're going to get you good on your, work on your lunges, your deadlift form. we're going to improve your balance. No, I'm just like, no, I'm going to make you look like a movie star. That's like that. So the offer just, it converts and it works, and I'm able to explain why. And the approach is enjoyable. It's really enjoyable. You don't have to never eat carbs again, or have to, yes, you got to get used to fasting, but that's easy. It takes about 1 week, and then it's just automatic for most people. But then by fasting, I eat steak and potatoes every night. I'll have like a Magnum ice cream bar multiple times per week.
I wish I could say the same. that would not work out too well for me.
Yeah, my clients, I let them have like a few drinks if they want on the weekends. Go for it. You fit it in. It's totally fine.
Yeah.
Don't get hammered drunk every night. That doesn't work. But it's you can have your cake and eat it too. And so that's one of the reasons. Secondly, I've been very consistent, and a lot of people in the fitness space, they flip flop. They say, oh, we're going to do, low carb. Oh, now we're doing this and that, vegan. It's like, I've always been consistent. You can go back for 5-6 years and be like, wow, this guy's never actually contradicted himself with his fitness approach. It's always 3 workouts a week. He's focused on these key lifts, weighted pull-ups. He's doing intermittent fasting. And so that consistency gives you a lot of credibility. And you know what? For my marketing, like, I focus on giving a lot of value, putting out really good content, even for free, and sharing tons of here's the deal. My program, we have so many testimonials. It's insane. You can't, no one else can match our case studies. We got case studies through the roof. I can't even, I have to just randomly, I can't even share all of them. There's so many transformations they blow my mind. In 3 months, it's just crazy what these people are doing. And so when you have that many case studies, selling is so easy. People, you don't have to sell. Yeah. They see the case studies, they want to sign up. But then also I have we have a film director in my company, Mikey. We shoot with him every month, and we just make badass, awesome, inspiring videos that no one else does. And we go over the top and we do like the real Bruce Wayne thing, but it's a way basically to cut right through the market. So there's a lot of reasons to why this has taken off. But those are kind of some of the main ones.
Wow. I love everything you said, and I want to unpack some of that. One of the first things that you said that really striked me was when you said, I'm just unapologetic about what I do. And I believe that is one of the most important qualities to create success in your life, especially when you're putting yourself out there online. You have over 500,000 followers. And if people don't think that you're going to get critics and you're going to get people that don't agree with your opinion, you've got to be crazy. But you're fearless in that approach, and the content that you create online, you can tell you're confident, you're grounded in what you have to offer and what you have to say. So how does somebody in the audience be able to approach that? How can they become unapologetic and fearless in the content they create?
I mean, to me, it sounds silly. We're in freaking 2019, not too long ago, we'd have to go to war and go to battle, put on a shield, and get ready to get stabbed right in the face. So this is so easy. It's easy.
Amazing.
Are you who cares? There's literally nothing to be scared about. Okay, you put yourself out there. Some people won't like you, but if you believe in the message and you stand by it and you believe that you can help people, then you owe it to yourself and you owe it to them to just do it. But don't pretend we're you getting the courage to go and be strong and hold to your message is don't masquerade thinking that's that's the most badass thing. No, this is a joke. Literally that's, it's not scary. It's not scary at all. Just imagine the real stuff that we had to deal with a long time ago. Mm-hmm. Your ancestors had to deal with. I just do it. It's not a big deal.
I love that. I love that perspective, because life isn't what happens to us. It's how we perceive it. And so when you have that perspective that it's not that big of a deal, because I think sometimes one thing will be said and it will just ruin a person's day or destroy their self-confidence. So they don't have that power, confidence, and tenacity to keep putting themselves out there. And I totally agree with you. You owe it to yourself. And most importantly, when you don't put yourself out there in a big way and you don't show up for humanity to help them as a coach, as a thought leader, an author, or somebody that is creating movement, positive movement in the world, you are doing people a massive disservice. And so it's almost like getting out of your own way. So I absolutely love that. The other thing that I like that you talked about was consistency. How does somebody become consistent? Like, what mindset do they need? What discipline do they need? What mental agility do they need to master or foster to be able to create consistency in online, their business, and in their health plan? Like, how important is it?
I kind of think that consistency is like a byproduct of like having goals. If you have goals, working towards them, and especially when you're doing things correct and you're starting to see a little bit of results, consistency is automatic. Like if you have a goal that compels you, that inspires you, and you have you have a path laid out to get to that goal and what you're going to do, to kind of realize that first step, that second step, and you start to make progress. Why would you stop? Why would you not be consistent? It'd be insanity. It'd be crazy. So I think that's the first, like if you're trying to be consistent, you've already failed. Oh, I'm trying to be consistent. I'm trying to do this, I'm trying to do this video. No, you're thinking about the wrong thing, and you're putting your brain in the place where you're going to fall off. But instead, if you focus on what's my goal, where do I want to be 12 weeks from now? Where do I want to be, 24 weeks from now? Where do I want to be 3 years from now? And you focus on that goal and you're laser focused. And that's the goal that really, and if you might have the wrong goal. Like some people, I'm going to be honest, some people like, I want to build this fitness online business, but they really don't. For me, I was, it was even the first couple of years where I wasn't making a lot of money. I didn't care because I knew what I was doing was fulfilling, and I loved it. And I woke up every day. I was like, this is what I'm supposed to do. I'm working towards my dreams. And that small little step forward was a big deal for me. So that's also a piece of it. It's like, you got to be doing the right thing. And, and that only person that can figure that out is you. You can't let someone else talk you into why you should do this and that. No, it's like, what deep down, what is going to, and passion is a big part of it, but it's also the other part of it is, where can you help people the most? What is serving people? You might be passionate about playing hockey, but you might be horrible at it. You're not going to get anywhere. Let's be honest. But maybe where you really can help people is somewhere else. And so that's kind of what to focus on, because that's how the world works and that's how you make money, is by adding value and being able to, especially when you do it better than anyone else. And so you want to get honed in on that, but have goals and start to track those little metrics as you work up to them. And once things start working, the consistency is automatic. And you know what, like anything else, like going to the gym, you're going to hit a plateau. In business, you'll hit a plateau, things will work and they'll stop working. And that's the fun part. That's when you got to find out, all right, you got to make a hypothesis. Okay, what am I going to do here? What do I need? All right, you know what? I'm doing a lot of Instagram content, but that's slowing down. Maybe I'll start a podcast or whatever. Or maybe, let's see, where in the business or where in my marketing plan are things going really, really well? Where are they not going well? Am I spending way too much time on this that's not actually that lucrative, but it's a time suck and I get sucked into it? Start to kind of audit what you're doing and seeing where the real value is, and then double down on that. And that might work for a while. And then the next thing, and that's where you'll find the ability to be consistent effortlessly.
That is so powerful. Laser focusing and creating massive goals. And I completely agree with you. It's like, why are we here on earth if we don't wake up fulfilled every day? And so I think that's one of the most important questions. And I challenge every single person that is listening to this podcast to ask yourself, where can you add the most value? Where are you able to put your time and effort into a specific area where you can impact the world in a big way? Because life is so short, and I think there's so many people out there that are just not happy doing what they're doing, and they're not willing to take that risk to do something bold and to fail and to be rejected. And so that's so important, and just to audit what you're doing. You also talked about creating value in your product and service. And that's one of the biggest reasons why I think you've seen such an enormous amount of success in your brand and your businesses, is because I know that you've mastered the art of creating value. So how do other people, and you also talked about creating an awesome offer. I call it an irresistible offer. And it took me a while to find my irresistible offer. Luckily, I found it, which is my mastermind, but I had to experiment with a bunch of different things. Like, did you experiment with different products and services to be able to find your perfect irresistible offer? And how did you come up with it?
Well, I basically, what it came down to was I solved things for myself and then I shared it. So I want to build this kind of movie star body where you're just lean, you're chiseled, you get that proportion there. It's just, that's like that Greek god kind of look. And I've kind of cracked that code for myself, and I just naturally assumed, maybe other people are going to be into this. But you start to, like, my irresistible offer, I kind of hit it. It was like there wasn't like I tried 10 things and then this worked. It was just the first thing I came out with. But where I did have to figure things out was I didn't really know I didn't really know the angle I was really selling. It took me years to be like, all right, this is what I'm selling. Building the Hollywood body. You're working out just 3 days a week, getting strong as heck. And you're fasting, but now you can eat like massive meals. Those are that's the offer, the Hollywood body, boom, boom. And so I didn't really speak to that as well as I could have in the beginning. But how do you find? I mean, and this has never failed me. This is basically everything in my business is a result of making things that I fucking want. Part of my French. I'm just kidding.
No, you're fine.
Making things that I want. Like this is not only the body I want to build, this is how I want to do it. I want to be able to have it to fit in the back of my life. I don't want it to have to get in the way of being able to go out and have steak dinners. And then also, I wanted to make a pre-workout that fit the criteria that I wanted. It was all natural, that wasn't overly stimulated and overly caffeinated. That had this amount of L-citrulline, didn't have the beta-alanine for the itches. And then, so I started to make things I wanted and start to brand them in the way that I thought would excite me, that would interest me. And with this clothing line I have coming in a couple months, we did some launches for in the past, and then we're going full in soon. It's just been insane. It's like I wanted a clothing line that's made from bamboo that just fits perfectly, just hugs the chest and shoulders, but kind of drapes. So it's effortless and just captures your physique better than anything. So it's a clothing line like inspired by guys that work out, but it's not for the gym. It's for out of the gym. Yes. Like, okay, you're working out, you're going to the gym. It's not a fashion contest. You're going there to work out, look good, but you want to look good when you leave the gym. And so the right fit. And so I just make stuff that I want, and then I market them. And I've done a really, really good job I've done a good, like, over the years, what I've seen is, like, if I'm really into something, like my follower, whatever, they'll all get behind it. Like when I started talking about how I drink sparkling water, during my fast, because it keeps you full, like, it's got minerals, there's benefits to doing it. When I started talking about that, like, I didn't really expect that much. And this is when I was using Snapchat a lot. I was getting hundreds of people every week Snapchatting me them drinking sparkling water during their fast. And I was doing Perrier. And then I was like, let me test something. And I switched to San Pellegrino. And then people were like, what the heck, Greg? You never told us it's San Pellegrino. And then they started drinking San Pellegrino. And I was like doing my little chocolate diet where I finished my calories off with green and black chocolate. And they would eat that, whatever I got into. Oh, I'm really into this TV show. So it's like, my followers, it's become this thing where it's like the way I kind of, what I'll do in my routine, this and that, like they'll want to do it too. I'll put on a jacket, like, what the hell? Like, where'd you get that jacket? It's sick. So it's almost, I get the mentality, because I've done that same thing before when I was kind of younger, where you pick someone, like could be an actor, could be an athlete, that you look up to, that you kind of like the way they live their life, their confidence, this and that. and then you kind of see what they're doing, and you kind of you learn from it, or you kind of adapt to it, or you model off it. So I think that's what a lot of the my audience, they do. They kind of look up to me as this role model figure that has the body, has the business, has the things they want, and then it's like, oh shit, Greg's doing, oh, Greg's wearing this shirt from All Saints. Let me go get whatever it is. And oh, this is how like Greg got ripped. He's doing triple steak Chipotle. I'm going to be doing triple steak. It's just so they kind of model it off.
Yeah, you're creating a lifestyle brand.
A lifestyle brand. And that comes back to the previous point about like sticking to your guns, being unapologetic. That's how you get that effect.
Yeah, because people, I heard this quote once, and it was really powerful. And how it went was that people are looking for somebody to lead, and you need to step into your own power to be able to have that strength, because people don't want to follow followers. People want to follow leaders. And so you need to take a lot of personal accountability and a lot of the inner work that needs to be done in order to be able to do that. So how do you create a lifestyle brand? Like, how have you been able to amass over 500,000 followers on social media?
Yeah, so there are two parts to it. I'll speak to the first part, because that'll be easier. So how do you kind of create that lifestyle leadership effect? Like the first thing that's coming to mind right now is that like you have to be able to speak with confidence and with simplicity. Where if someone comes to me, maybe they lack confidence, maybe their life's not going in the way they want, they're maybe in a little bit of pain, and that could be with their school, their job, their dating life, or lack thereof, X, Y, and Z. And it's like, they come to me, whatever, and they're not coming to me personally, like one-on-one, but like they're coming to my ecosystem, and within very, very quickly, they know, all right, this is how I'm going to solve my problem. I'm going to jump on Greg's program, and I'm going to I'm skinny fat right now. My arms are skinny. I take my shirt off and I got flab. I'm going to start to build that warrior physique. I'm going to get leaner, stronger, harder in the gym. And that's that glue that's going to hold me together. That's going to hold that strength as I go through life. So as I'm doing this program, I'm getting stronger, I'm getting leaner. It's going to build my confidence. And you know what? I'm watching Greg, and you know what? He actually kind of dresses well, or deliberately has this style to him. I'm going to play around. I'm going to start to dress better and feel more confident. And it's this kind of thing where give me anyone. And it's not just that you're going to build a Hollywood body. It's not just that. It's just that you're going to live with confidence.
Yeah.
It's not complicated. It's very, very simple. You follow the program, you build that body, and then you start to kind of take on some of those other things, improving your style, this and that. And just by being more confident, that's when life really gets way more fun. That's my experience.
Yes.
Because I wasn't, when I was younger, I was actually more attuned to being on the shyer side. For sure. But that's when life gets a lot more fun. So you want to be a leader, and you want to build, you gotta have that. You gotta have that effect where you're like, boom, give me someone, and boom, this is what you do. And but the thing is, you have to live by example, like no other else. You don't be I don't do that much preaching. I kind of just do it. I do it. Like, this is what I'm doing. This is what we're doing. And people jump when they see you. Our brains are we're, the same thing we do when we're 1 year, like a year old, 2 years old. We do it as we're an adult. So, you're trying to tell your kid to eat, Cheerios, but you're eating, cornflakes. It doesn't work.
Right? You got to live by example. You have to be a leader if you want people to buy into what you're selling.
You got to be a leader, and you also got to be willing. I think you got to be willing to be a little, especially now in 2019, when like before some of these domains like YouTube, Instagram, it was a very small percentage of people that were posting content. And then the scale is tipped where like everyone, like not everyone's on YouTube,
Right?
but there's so many people trying to do it.
Yeah.
You have
No, I feel you.
you have to
It's a more saturated market. You have to fight for people's attention more now than you did back then, for sure.
you have to, and so that means you got to kind of double down and be a little more polarizing, a little more like
Yes.
don't be shy, or and not that you have to have some fake, like be you, but those things that kind of make you stand out, or double down on those. Like I have a rubber boxing dummy in my backyard named Bob, and
I know I saw you beating the crap out of him a couple days ago, which you all definitely want to go to Greg's Instagram and check it out. It's such a funny
yeah,
video.
and I like to punch him, like a few days a week, and
Yeah, I saw that. I would not want to fight you.
but when I do an Instagram video, it's not like me just like training technically. It's like I just pretend like I'm like there to just kill him, and it's I play it up, or I'll put on some like music. But it's like that's when I meet people that maybe they just only found me on Instagram, they haven't seen all the other stuff that I got going on. They're like, oh shit, you're that Instagram, you're that Canadian dude that just beats the shit out of Bob. And it's like that's what people remember, and so they're not gonna remember me doing pull-ups. Okay, everyone's doing whatever.
Yeah.
Remember me shirtless in my backyard, listening to 80s music, punching the shit out of a rubber dummy like he just killed my dog. So that's part of it. Be a little crazy. People are so scared to stand out and to look bad, or people are so terrified of that that when they see someone that just does not give a fuck and just is like, I don't give a shit, and just throws themselves out there, they like it makes them feel really good. It takes their guard down a little bit. Just like if you're at the club and or at the bar and like everyone's kind of being a little like stifled, and then like that one guy just doesn't give a shit and is being silly, then everyone relaxes. Same thing, if you can pull that off, double down and be a little silly, crazy. People want someone to lead in that direction.
Do you know why?
Sorry?
Do you know why?
Well, what I was going to say is that because people are fucking dying to just let go and have fun, but they're at the same time, they're battled by this fear of rejection, fear of judgment, this and that. And so when they see someone else do it, but what were you going to say?
Exactly, is you give them. So when Greg goes online and is unapologetically himself, you give your audience that is yearning to just speak their voice and be themselves permission to be unapologetically themselves. And that is so incredibly powerful. And literally everything you said I was just like, yes, in my mind. It was so, so, so powerful. I hope that the audience rewinds this section and listens to it again, because I truly believe that confidence is the most crucial and important key to success. And part of that is everything that you said. It's being okay with being polarized. It's standing out. It's being comfortable with creating that entertaining content. And one of the things that you want to do when you're creating content is create content that people don't always see everywhere. Undersized things, oversized things, action, sound effects, cool backdrops. You look at the biggest names and you look at the biggest brands, and they all have that in common, that they are creating content that people don't always see. It's not boring content, and you're okay with being polarizing. And I just absolutely love that. So how else do you create such awesome content? Because I love seeing your page and your feed, and it's entertaining, or it's informing, or it's like telling a story. And so how do you create better content in terms of writing, so copywriting, and visuals, photos, because those are the two things to master on social media?
So how do I create, what's the kind of the mindset, the story behind I
So what are
kind
the tricks? Like if my audience was curious in creating better content on their own social media platform, what could they do? Like, do you have any steps or any tricks or any formulas or any way that you were able to start releasing this good content? I love that you said consistency, adding value, high quality content. Like what is your secret to creating all this great content?
uh, there's not too with my Instagram. There's not too much of a secret. I guess there's a few main buckets you need to hit. One, and we talk like live by example. Okay, if I'm teach people how to build a Hollywood body, they got to see it. They got to see the strength. You got to have like that wow factor where you're living proof. With those posts, you can speak to different things, speak to different aspects of the program you're teaching, but showing it, living proof,
Yeah.
and showing people what they want. I even find like for me, it's like if I'm doing videos and I have a beautiful girl in my video, it's gonna do better because my 80% male audience, they want to build a body, they want to have confidence, and they want to get the girl.
Yeah.
But then also show case studies, and I'll kind of do some teaching where you'll do a caption, you'll break a myth or just teach an important concept about the video, or it's just like, hey, in like 1 minute you're going to learn like a lot of keys to fat loss, whatever, just kind of creating that education. But then what I'm really most proud of, like some of the high-end video concepts I do every month or so, and it's basically kind of creating like a epic 2-3 minute video that's like movie cinematic quality that just sucks people right in with the story. So I have one coming
How
out.
often do you make those?
Yeah, it depends. Like, I mean, I'll do high end shoots every month, but not all the time am I creating like that. Like last year, like a year ago, I had this video opened up with me with like a must like kind of facial hair, long hair. I look like some homeless dude, and it was like the Bruce Wayne Returns video where the opening shot is me like changing my whole look, like haircut, this and that. And the angle was like sometimes in life to get to the next level, you have to redefine yourself. Boom, and then it just went into like the Kino Warriors, people that follow my program, this and that. Just just so those ones I definitely I'm more proud of than like posting a video on Instagram or a photo on Instagram. But the main thing to do is try, like for people listening, try try different things, and then start to see what creates the most engagement, that sucks people in the most. Like what you have to look at that feedback, and then start to kind of do more of the things that are working. Don't overdo it because then you might not create that same effect. But start to kind of find out what people are really wanting to see, what benefits them. I kind of found out like in 2015, 16, people loved seeing my full days of eating, where I was like, hey guys, I'm getting ripped. Here's what I'm going to eat every day. And then like, they're like, whoa, holy cow. You are having like that diet looks awesome. I want to do it.
Yeah.
So I mean, so people listening, you just got to, come up with a strategy, but what you're going to post, test it out. I guarantee you it's not going to work perfectly the first time, but then you start to refine it. So on my Instagram, I post like PR videos, like personal record videos of me like lifting heavy weight. I post my transformation students. I post photos where I'm ripped. I post lifestyle stuff. I try and keep some of my content. I just keep it outside of the fitness stuff, just so it's like people get to know who you are, but then also you're not always just like promoting your shit all the time. So I kind of mix it up, and like I don't like have a laid out scripted strategy anywhere on my computer. It's just kind of intuitively what I'm doing, and
That is so powerful.
thank you.
That is so powerful. And you talked about knowing your target demographic. And I like to say, in order to create good content, you have to know what gives your target demographic goosebumps. What are their greatest pain points? And then become a solution to their greatest pain points. So I love that you touched on that. I love that you also talked about how you do high-end shoots. every month. And the reason why I think that's so important, you guys, is because so many people want these followers and they want all of this clout online. But what are they doing to get it? They're not even willing to pay for a photo shoot to create high quality content. And so I love that you said that, because it's so true. You put in the time, the energy, the resources. You spend money on your social media. Like I spend money on my social media, on creating content, on paid promotions, on all kinds of different things, because this is my business. And so it's important to take that seriously. And I love that you talked about testing concepts and seeing what gets the most engagement, because I believe that's so important to creating high quality content, is going to your analytics, is getting feedback from your audience, and finding that balance of also, like, what I think is so important is that 80-20% rule. So high value quality content creation, and then also monetizing that, because I think some people are creating all of this content and it's all value add, but they're not monetizing it. They're not having a call to action. They're not having an entry into their funnel. And some people are just super, super, super salesy and turning people off. So I love that you talked about that balance. And I believe that, and I see this in your content as well, is it's also high quality content, but you also have a monetization strategy to back that up.
And it helps, yeah, and with the monetization strategy, it helps to really, if you can keep your foot on one pedal, so to speak, that helps.
Yes.
So if you like, I found like when my sales are going like insane on my Instagram, it's like I'm really staying on one angle and hard, and I'm and holding that angle. And then when I found like I flip them through like different things. Oh yeah, this and that. Then you're soft selling to you're hitting that small percentage will buy it from anything, but to get like the bulk of those people, you gotta throw that jab in their face, all night.
Yes.
But you gotta like give them a little like chill and then back on it. Like that's when our Octane sales, where Kino Octane was going through the roof. I was kind of bringing it, talking about a lot. Oh, the new flavors coming in. Look at these testimonials, just boom, boom, it's crazy. And then people just, then it's like, it takes to sell. It takes a lot more than you like to sell, to hit that big percentage of people. It's like in commercials, like they say, you don't even remember commercials you see like 15 times or whatever. Like you gotta get in their brain a lot.
Yes. I completely agree with you on that, because I've tested this out in my own brand. When I'm like, hey guys, I have a webinar about how to top rank in your podcasts on Apple iTunes. And I also am doing like this in-person meetup. And then I'm also have like my master. And it's like, it's called decision fatigue. When you bombard your audience with all these different options, first of all, they don't really trust you, because they're like, okay, like if she's promoting all this stuff and spreading herself so thin, then what does she actually believe in? And so you're right. You have to figure out one thing, your irresistible offer that's going to impact the world in a big way, and also create a massive amount of income for you as well, impact and income. And then really hone in on that and keep advertising that, keep promoting it, show testimonials for it, show different angles, talk about their pain points, desires, create different offers, bonuses, sweeten the deal. And I love that you also talked about testimonials as well, because I wrote something this morning, and people are like, what are people's two biggest objections? Most people think time and money. People are like, oh, I don't have the time, or I don't have the money. In coaching, your two biggest objections that you have to overcome and master to create success in your business is these are the two reasons why people won't buy from you. Either you have not created a brand that has positioned yourself as an expert and the industry leader that they are going to want to go to. And the second thing is because they don't trust you. And so your branding and marketing efforts should be pinpoint and focus on how do I get people to know, like, and trust me, and how do I brand myself as the expert in this field, because your social media is how you communicate to your target demographic. And so I love that you talked about testimonials. So how important are testimonials, and why aren't more people using them?
And you know what's the funny part is?
Tell me.
My buddy Mikey is telling me a story about he does my videos. He's like, the sausage place he goes to, their sausages are so damn good that the guy that serves them is kind of an asshole. But because they're so good, people just line up anyways. And I sometimes get people, followers, they're like, and I'll get a message months later, like, you know what, Greg, like, you know, I saw your damn ads, and I instantly like, this guy's a douche. He's just full of himself and this and that. But, you know, I saw that, you know, I was like, screw it, let's do it. Let's give it a try. And the results are insane. I kind of realized that, like, beyond that initial viewing I have, like, deep down, like, you're trying to help people. And so the point there was that, like, if your stuff is so good, and if, like, your angle and what you have and your branding is so good, and your results are so good, that people might not even like you, but they're still going to give it a shot.
Yes.
So I mean, I get people that buy my stuff that kind of like, oh, this guy's cocky, but fuck it, I'm gonna do it anyway. But then also, and then that same token, and I don't know what percentage that is, but the point is, you got to make your stuff so damn good that, like, even people that don't like you still want to buy it. So
love that. That should be the quote. How to make your stuff so damn good that even if people don't like you, they'll still want to buy from you.
There's no other program that's going to make you look like a movie star in 6 months. So, you know, they come to me, and they do it. But they all eventually, you know, they're always like, eventually they will like, if that's just like a few people that I get will message me like, oh, you know, I thought you were this, but I just was like, that's, you know, then they kind of, they see through, you know, the initial kind of like, you know, I don't put shirtless photos on my Instagram every day because, like, that's what I want to do. It's part of that's what sells.
Yo, I feel you. I don't want to post selfies of myself every day. I would rather post pictures of my family. I would rather post, like, educational books that I'm reading. I would rather post, like, clips of amazing podcast guests that I get to connect with, but that stuff just doesn't garner the engagement. And so, you know, you have to know what your audience wants, and you have to know what's going to get you engagement, because I believe that it's a balance. It's drawing them in, drawing their attention in with a photo, and then being able to provide that substance and value in the body of your post. And I think it's very naive to think that, okay, I'm just going to post a picture of, like, the snow outside and then expect to grow your account. Like, nobody cares. They have eyes, they can see outside. They don't want to see that content. Yeah. And so I think it's really important to realistically know your target demographic and be able to provide value at every single turn. So I love that. That's crucial.
Well, heck yes.
And that's very crucial. I love it. So to wrap up, I am curious, is there anything else that you wanted to share with our audience about how to create that warrior mindset or how to create success in their business?
Well, the last thing I can leave you with is basically where you impress upon your value system onto your followers or onto your community. And so for me, what I did a good job at was the physique we're building. And because there's other fitness competitors or people that are bigger than me for sure. But that doesn't mean they have with my value system, that's wrong. They went too far in that direction. And so I do a good job when someone comes to me, I show them the value system. And that's in part of it is like deep down, they probably, when they see the movie star body, like, that's what I want. But I remind them, I impress upon it, like, this is the physique we're building. You don't want to be. And so when you can impress upon your own value system, then you basically initially just really quickly manufacture that you're the expert because this is your value system. And then as long as your community agrees and they get behind that value system, then you've cut your competition pretty fast.
Know your target demographics value system. That's so powerful. And
Or even a step further, what I do is I give it to them. Like I show them the value system, because you go through life and you get bombarded with all these things. You don't even know what you want. And I'll be like, no, this is what you want, the Hollywood body. And they're like, oh shit, I do want the Hollywood body. But so I'm not, I'm not digging into finding, so yes, there's pain points they're trying to solve and this and that, but I'm giving them the value system that's going to solve it.
I love that.
Versus if I ask them, what do you want to build? Yeah, they're like, oh yeah, I want to gain muscle. Or yeah, I want to lose. Yeah, I'm like, no, it's the Hollywood body, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. Okay, but no one's going to say that. I mean, some people will, but so, and then then their excitement doubles when they're like, oh, I just want to lose some weight or lose some fat. They're like, oh, they're way more excited. And then actually part of the reason why my clients get such good results is because they're not running away from, oh, I'm skinny, I want to gain muscle, I want to run away from being skinny, or oh, I'm a little, I never had definition, never seen abs, I want to run away from having that extra fat. No, we're running towards something. That's why they stick with it. That's why when they get there, they go to the next level. We're not running away, we're running towards something awesome.
I love that. That's so powerful. And I love that you're almost like taking a stand for your clients, because everyone wants that Hollywood body, but it's sometimes a little uncomfortable for people to admit that. And you're taking a stand for them and being like, I want to help you get there. So that's powerful. So how can people get this Hollywood body? How can people learn more about you? And tell us a little bit about what people can do to be able to get more involved with the impact you're making.
Yeah, so I'm very, very active. I'm the most active on Instagram. That's at Greg Gallagher, GREGOG, and I'll come up. And then my website is kinobody.com. You go there. That's where you can take the quiz, find out your body type, and then you'll see which of my programs, Warrior Shred, Great God, Aggressive Fat Loss, is best for your body type. And that's the two main things to check out. We have on our Kinobody site, we also have our supplements, our supplement store there. You can check out Kino Octane, which is a pre-workout that people have been going crazy about. There's nothing like it. I'm about to have it before I'm going to go do some sprints with my buddy. So I'm about to have it soon. I love it.
Is it snowing in Toronto?
It's not. Yesterday I had my shirt off tanning.
Oh, I'm so jealous. It's snowing here right now.
Yeah, Calgary, I don't know how people do that. That winter is harsh.
No, it's a little crazy up here, but
it really bites your skin, right? It's like little daggers stabbing you.
Yeah, when you breathe, if you don't slowly inhale and you take in too much cold air, you can feel like your throat just turning into icicles, because the temperature is hitting the moisture and actually freezing your throat.
They say you're supposed to breathe through your nose, because then it will warm it up before it hits. Yeah. I've watched some weird Neanderthal documentary. They're talking about that.
Yeah, I will say one thing. You get lots of work done in the winter because you don't leave your house.
Oh.
So it's a double-edged sword.
You definitely very productive.
Yeah, no, I love it. Well, thank you so much, Greg, for your time. Guys, go check out his website. He also has a free quiz on there. Go show him some love on social media, like his stuff. If you guys enjoyed this podcast interview, take a screenshot, tag me, tag Greg. I'm going to reshare it, and make sure you guys rate, review, and subscribe. All our guests volunteer their time to come on here and help you succeed in your life, mindset, and business. So please go rate, review, and subscribe so we can continue to build this movement, change lives, and massively impact the world. Thanks, you guys. I love you so much. You're the reason why I wake up in the morning, and it brings me so much fulfillment to help you guys. So thank you for taking the time to invest in yourself and listening to our podcast, and we will see you on the next episode of the Vitamin B Show.